All right. I guess this is a test all around. Hold on. Windows out of focus. There we go. Yeah, I guess a test all around. Okay. I have upgraded. See if I can load one of my other missions. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do that. Okay. Ooh, still does that. Okay. Wow. This is like half test and then half like Sitrep. So while this loads and I don't know what it's doing, it's probably just showing like normal on the recording as usual. But I guess since I did my last Sitrep, I think it was in a T45 on the Windows. On the Microsoft Flight Simulator. Deal goes that that's an interesting way to load it. Okay. And dating again. We'll start there. And dating again. The person I'm with right now, she's awesome. Absolutely. I'm trying not to make it too serious too fast. Just be really chill about it. Like almost casual. But she's my lady right now. Hopefully for more than just now, like I think I'm a little bit too old to be going from woman to woman, which is strange because it's not even how I typically did things before. But that's cool. Try to see this person like once a week. Have some fun, She's a student. Get some chill time in, Give her some, I don't know, break from her studies. I remember when I was in college, it was cool at first. After freshman year, then that's when things turned up and it got real. Lots of sleepless nights, studies, workouts. Lots of not sleeping for real. And like just chaotic scheduling. Outside of that, still working. I have enough time under my belt as a mechanic to go ahead and ask my management to clear me as able to take the test for my airframe license. Now it's just about the time management, being able to actually get up early enough to get the paperwork done and studying so that I can go take the test. And that'll be my general and then my airframe test, both of them being $165. And then I think for the airframe, I think they're all 165, but I think for the airframe, there's a practical and an oral. Or no, there's an oral and a practical. Yeah. I don't know. I said the same thing out of order. Oh my God, I can see. Okay, so continuing this. Oh my gosh, I just want to take it in. Let me just visually take this in. So, wow. This is awesome. Okay. I'm working that. And then my plan had changed to studying for my A and then just kind of waiting to do any sort of... Is that my phone? It is. Why do I have a 12 a.m. alarm on a day that I'm usually off? Okay. So, break alarm I need to change then. Where was I at? My plan had changed to just saving for flight school. You just suddenly move up to Tulsa and work for American Airlines and do my schooling on the side. And then a bunch of my coworkers were like, okay, we all want to apply to Tulsa and yada yada. And now Tulsa's like, oh, we're full, there are no vacancies. Oh, we'll hit you up later. And I know that everybody that I work around right now, besides maybe one or two people, they're all licensed. All the people who are applying out there, they're going to get the job over me with having just as much or more experience as me and having their A&P. They're going to get the job over me. That's just how it goes. And some of them even having a military background just like me. Yeah, I don't see myself getting that job. Or I don't see myself getting that job over them, honestly, if I'm just being like making a educated guess here, and being tactical. Not that I don't have any faith in my work ethic. Man, just seeing all the clouds and everything, and oh, nothing is blurry. Nothing is blurry. Not that I don't have any faith. It's just I don't want to I don't want to overexert myself, stretch myself too thin. Let's hit fly. Out of focus. What's going on? Oh, get out of the way. Oh, I see. It's gonna crop what it's probably. Oh, it isn't cropping it. Okay. Do some of the same thing I do on multiplayer. Boop. That's right. They're all starting up. No. It's my second flight on here since the whole starting to do the Windows Flight Simulator or Microsoft Flight Simulator. Alright, the seat. Let's get some of this noise out. I'm not going to do the full mission. I'm just going to fly. Well, really, all this is a practice flight mission. But my plan changed. I was just going to save money and see what happens in August. But what's happening is... Hold on. Get it on.
I'm up.
There we go. What happened is I found out, yada yada, they'll probably have a job over me. Let's get the formation lights on just a little bit. Dim. Position lights. Bright. Strobe. Bright. APU's on. Engine crank right. And let's start. Setting up the auto lighting. Still a little stuttery, but that's okay because my system's outdated. Engine 2 on. One more time. Engine 2 on. One more. Engine 2 on. I know the keybind. Let me just use it. Fuck it. There's something satisfying about using the voice commands. And usually she gets it anyways. I'll wait till I get the engines on. Okay.
Roll left.
Crank left.
Flight control.
Okay. Good. So we're heading. Let's get that spinning up. Engine 1 on. Oh, there we go. Like I said, there's something satisfying about it. Let's go ahead and put the HMD on. I'm not going to trip about it being on. It's not going to be that bright. Stand by. But outside of that, basically, I'm gonna go ahead and let you know that my patience waned, and I went ahead and just said screw it. And today slash yesterday, now that my alarm's already gone off for midnight, I did my first flight lesson. FCS. Good. Actually, taking my time here. Yeah, I went and did my first flight lesson, and it was freaking sweet. The day before, I just kind of showed up and was like walked in. I needed to look at their scheduling app that they were using. It's really weird the way they have it. We're going for. Golly, things I didn't even notice. I can read. Oh. So this is my first sortie as well. With I ordered a HP Reverb G2, and I am not regretting it right now. Right now, this is awesome. I can see I can see objects. Like the edges are much more fine. Not that blur, that weird ass blur that my system always had when I looked, stuttering a bit. So I've probably been here for a little while now. Keep the hook in that mode. Flaps are to half. Let's. I already start trimmed. I shouldn't have anything but fuel. Well, I should be fully loaded on fuel, but I also have rockets aboard. So let's get that trim up a little more. Actually, let's go to checklist. Let's see what my weight is. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Oh, man. Oh, wait, there's no button for the parking brake in this game. Boom, parking brakes off. Yeah, I took my discovery flight, and it was magical. I got up there, I did like 90 percent of the flying. Well, not 90, more like 95. Like he barely touched the controls at all. How about... Oh, I shouldn't be doing this while I'm taxiing. But I wasn't thinking about this. Sequential line. Waypoint. I'm already knowing my wingmen are dicks. And they'll get out there in front of you if you don't get your game face on, see? Okay. Yeah, he walked me through the checklist, which was, I'm no stranger to hearing a checklist and knowing to go through it. But, just kind of doing everything for the first time in real life, feeling the, flying, the experience of actually flying, on my body. And it was stunning, to say the least, how it felt. And I can see how people get addicted to it, and I will probably become addicted to it. It's also a lot cheaper than I thought. I was in a Cessna 172 Skyhawk. And Oh my god, I'm trying to think what model it was. I think it was like a Romeo model. Um, it looks like your standard Cessna, except they have all the digital displays and instruments. Um, Very few analog slash steam things, if any. I don't think I saw any steam, any gauges. I don't think I saw any gauges. I think it was all screens, which was the first time for me looking at that particular screen before. And yeah, we went through the checklist, started it up with his guidance, and then he let me taxi it out. He got us out of the parking spot because people were doing some weird stuff on the parking lot, just like really close to each other. But once he got us out of the parking spot, it took the taxiway. I didn't get to do comms. I would have liked to have done that, but I would have stumbled over it because I was just so like blown away that honestly I kind of stammered and stumbled through the comms he was trying to give me. Plus the plane was really loud and I didn't have, like, my headset sucked. There were some times where I honestly barely heard him. But maybe that's just how it is. We're heavy, so it's gonna be afterburn takeoff. So, man, when we got down to the end of the runway, like where the cap is, like this, boy, oh boy, that was like, it's real. And I was like, I taxied just fine. I think he showed me a couple times, like, really just how stiff that rudder is on that plane. I'm grateful for that. Yeah, and they should stay off the runway while I'm on it. Keyword should. Okay, they're clear. Yep. Did the run up, did check of the flight controls. Okay. 60, 70, rotate. Slightly lift. No power. Let's get that gear up. Ooh. Oh shit. I guess it settled. Heavier than we thought. Flaps to auto. That wasn't pretty. Let's level off. We got 3,000 feet. Get our speed back up. See, this is already kind of teaching me to use the trim more, just like my first flight that I went on today. Oh, it looks so beautiful. Let's get to 20,000. Okay. Just roll her over. Oh, oh, this is beautiful. 20,000. Right on the money. Listening to Hazard Lee talk about unrestricted climbs. I'm gonna watch this replay after this. Oh, the clouds! Oh, they look beautiful. They look just they look a touch better, a tad better than on a Microsoft Flight Simulator. They look a little bit more fluffy, less like white, bulbous, blobby masses of sludge, which is fine. They got those. They got the feathered edge in there. Is what I'm saying. I'm slow. My alpha is high. I think I'm gonna orbit the point till these guys get up here. Well, no, they can catch up. Ready to land. Get the fuck out of here. Parent menu. That's right, you can't click on it. Okay, never mind. They're getting up here. I just won't go that fast then. Yeah. After takeoff, which was about as smooth as the first time I did it in a simulator. So blown away by it that I was forgetting that I need to track the runway. You know, and I wasn't forgetting it. As soon as I got up and like could see myself leaving the pavement, I was like, all right, I need to track the runway. But then I was like, oh my god, this is what it's like to be messing with the instruments and all of that while you're... Okay, come on. Yeah, to be messing with the instruments while you're on takeoff, for real. This is what it's like. And I was just like, oh my goodness, like this is amazing. And he was like, hey, or he wasn't like, hey, but he was like, you know, hey, don't forget, you know, you gotta just try to track the runway on your way up. And this is my first time, and he hasn't briefed me on how this flight is going to go at this point. This is just me just pretty much winging it. He was like, oh, you should be alright, like you have a background in aviation. And I'm like, I have a background in fixing planes. I haven't flown anything. I've told him before, I don't have any flight training. Intercept our sequential course line. But yeah, once I got up there, it was live. It was crazy. I would have liked to have heard more of the specifics, like, you know, when he was talking about, okay, we're gonna climb to our cruise altitude and get us straight and level, and then we're gonna do some fun stuff and go sightseeing, that kind of thing. I wish I would have known, like, oh, what's our cruising altitude? Oh, okay, what's our cruising speed? But no, it was kind of like just absorbing knowledge, like, as you would rattle off speeds, altitudes, and headings, and give me turn directions. And I'll be honest, it was definitely like a crash, like a crash course. But it was live. It was really nice. I wish it could be in Microsoft Flight Simulator, but because I'd be doing what I did there. But plans changed when I tried to install this thing, and it told me I didn't have enough space. And I pretty much basically found out that Microsoft Flight Simulator was taking up like 300 gigs at least. No, actually, it was taking up like 600 gigs or something, like, on my system, because it told me I only had 10 gigs for the, I needed 10 gigs for the install, I think, of the software for this headset, and I didn't even have that. Let's switch the waypoint to 1 now. Yeah. Come on, guys, get up here. I guess it would be the most efficient thing to just follow the heading marker. I'm not flying too fast, so I should be alright. G1, Mach 6.4. It needs to go up. I mean, I am waiting for them to catch up, but at the same time, I'm trying to be fuel efficient here. And I hear the way to do that is to, it's like I hear the way to do that is to get really high and find that Mach. Your best Mach. And it's usually around Mach 0.8. I'm at Mach 0.68. Yeah, guys, get up here. Let's get fuel up. There it is. 14,000. I have a little altitude to trade. Hello. Oh, that's them. .9. Take it back a little bit. I'm off course. Yeah. It was live. Oh man. I'm remembering some of these speeds for the next time. I think I will take the 172 up again, even though the rate's going to be a little higher, because it wasn't at the full rate, because it was my first flight. But on the same, it also was one of the more roomy planes compared to the others, is what I'm hearing. And if I'm flying in a tiny plane, I might ask for the low wing. Ask to fly in one of those Cherokees. If I'm gonna be in a tiny plane, I'm gonna be in a cool looking plane. I'm not gonna be smashed up in some Cessna 150 looking thing. That would just, that's just my line of thinking right now. I'm noticing some stuttering in the performance, so I'm assuming I'm getting some decent record length. Let me go ahead and autopilot, attitude, barometric altitude hold. That should be fine. Check the time real quick. Okay, we're already at 30 minutes, which is, I'm only gonna get another 10-20 minutes into this before I probably stop the recording. Find somewhere to land, I don't know. I think the last time I did this all the way through, it was like a good 2 hours of like flying. And check my Mach, still high. It's probably just come straight and level. Starting to get off course. But looking at the instruments, I treated it like I would in the game, and I really did use my instruments a lot. I checked my instruments so often, I may as well have just been flying at night. 4 is still, what the hell, 4? That's one of the like annoying things about the AI, is that they don't seem to have a sense of urgency outside of beating you onto the active runway. They beat you, they'll get up in the air, but they ain't going nowhere without you. It's really funny. They'll get in front of you and take off, and then you'll be like, I'm the one who needs to know where we're going. Let me get up there. Y'all just need to be there, ready. Maybe I should let them go first next time and see if that helps us stay together. But he knows where we're going. And we did meet up just fine last time, just they didn't make it all the way out to the boat. Because I have two things out here. I have a KC-130 out there for fuel. Yeah, for fuel. And then a few more miles out, I have, or not a few more miles, more like another couple 100 miles out, like really having you stretch to the max duration of a flight, the max endurance on this plane. I have the boat is out there, and then just off the left flank, just off the left flank, there's like some adversarial aircraft out there that you can engage if you want, and they're not going to have anything on them. I think I'm the only one that's armed to the teeth. I think everybody else is like AIM-9s, and I'm the only one with the AMRAAMs, AIM-120s. So it's like, hey, it's more for me to like practice, like taking shots and acquiring targets, and I put them on good, so like they're not gonna sit there and stand still and get shot. You're gonna have to take good shots and kind of pay attention is my theory, right? Like you can't just fire it out there, and no matter what their aspect is or their direction of travel. I gotta work on reading the radar symbology. 70 miles, not far. Yeah, I gotta work on reading the symbology and getting that information from the radar on here, knowing their aspect and their direction of travel, their max potential, you know, that kind of thing. Because that's all very pertinent information. I'm gonna give this some left rudder and see if I can't get this aircraft more onto the course line. Oh, look at those thick clouds. Look at that. I can see it all. Holy crap. I made the right decision. I made the right decision. Now I just gotta follow through and upgrade my PC. That's my next project besides flying is my PC. More on the flying. I did pretty well, he said, for my first flight, not having any prior training, and which it didn't feel foreign once I, kind of ignored all the heat, and basically it just came down to like me ignoring the real life aspect of it. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna ignore the fact that I'm sweating my ass off, that I hit my head on the side of the door of that tiny little plane because it's so small twice now, and now I have a headache. I'm gonna ignore I'm sweating my ass off, and that I'm uncomfortable. Not uncomfortable in the plane, but like just like the sun was baking us alive for real, and he was firing information at me, and it was loud. It was a stress test because I also couldn't talk back, so I couldn't be like, "Hey, could you say that again?" without like really just yelling. Could you say that again? Happened a few times. It was, what was that altitude? One more time with that heading, just like yelling out. But it was a good stress test. They said I did really well. We went over the lake. We followed the lake. We did some maneuvers in reference to the ground, which is when we snaked along the lake, and I did some turns. Then he let me go ahead and make all. I literally did like 98% of the flying, not accounting like the few seconds of assistance that he would give me to show me like how much rudder I needed on a taxi, to really move the thing, or how much back force I needed to keep the plane, at that climbing speed that we're looking for, which that was kind of foreign to me. The idea of managing your climbing speed with your pitch axis and not just with the throttle, because the throttle would naturally make the nose want to rise, and that would usually counteract, your counteract your forward motion, right? Create drag. So your speed could be constant if you just let the nose rise. That's what I was thinking. But no, it's like that was the way I was being taught. And I was like, okay, so that was new. But it was the same for descents. Lowering power on the descent should have been like second nature, because I do that even in a simulator, because you're not trying to get too fast on descents. Especially if you're trying to go to a specific point or an altitude. You're not trying to blow past it. My turns were decently coordinated. I flew the ball decently as in like 90% of the time I was on the ball. It's very rare that I feel like I had to make major corrections to get back to flying the ball. And then we did a teardrop entry into the traffic pattern for the landing. And that was really cool. My first time like kind of seeing comms in real life for entering the traffic pattern for the landing at a non-towered airport, and then hearing all of the legs and having them actually explain to me instead of having to like watch a video seminar or something on it and guess and make my own calls based off of just how I interpreted the information. It's the first time it was being taught to me, and that really helped to internalize it. The descent went well enough, and I had a few moments where it was like I really had to pitch up because I was getting pretty damn fast, and I was like, well, not fast for the aircraft's capabilities, fast for what he wanted. I don't think he liked me going any faster than 90 knots, which I think the max on the Cessna 172 for like the do not exceed speeds like 150 or 170. I'll have to check. I'll have to actually look it up because I didn't get to see the gauges, and the gauges will have that for you to look at. 20 miles. There's probably about 2 to 5 minutes. We'll be on target. And basically, after we made our descents and he let me make the turns and everything into the pattern, and I held altitude pretty well. And I think there was only one instance where altitude kind of got away from me, and it was during a ascending turn, which was really weird to do. Like I said, not used to the instruments. I'm critiquing myself, honestly. Don't want to make excuses. But I think there was one instance where it kind of got away from me, and he was like, alright, now we need to descend again. And what else? I need to get a new headset. I need to get a headset. Just disengage autopilot. Boop. Boop. Okay. I'll start this turn here in about 30 seconds. And basically, after the entry into the pattern, and he was doing comms for me because my headset didn't work, I landed the plane, hands off, all by myself. Actually, excluding the initial approach. Yeah, he set me up on the final a little bit for being straight. I was like, maybe I was maybe like 50 to 100 feet off to the right of the runway, and he went ahead and corrected that for me so I could, I guess, do the handle the up and down. Oop, there we go. Now we're that nose wants to rise. Oh, that's just beautiful. Just re-intercept that course line. Have some altitude to lose. These tanks need to go. Rack. Master arm. Whoa, what the? F1? Why did it do that? That's right. Center. Those are inboard tanks. Boom. There they go. Tanks are gone. I'm gonna go ahead and tell them to do the same because they probably need to. 1, 8.
Flight. Jettison weapons. Roger.
I'm getting a little high on the Mach. That was another thing I had to make an adjustment to, was like rollouts on turns, actually like playing with a throttle knob instead of a throttle column, and and using a yoke instead of a stick, which just felt like really weird. So I had to remind myself how some things worked. But overall, things went well. Okay. Go. Autopilot. Attitude hold. Okay. Okay, so as soon as I hit attitude hold, it engaged the altitude hold as well. So I'm guessing that while attitude hold is on, you can disengage the altitude. Yeah, altitude hold. We're over the sea. We're over the sea. Which probably means we're decently close to the ship. 90 miles. Well, no, I know the shortcuts. F1. I believe they call it finger 4. Yeah.
Flight. Go finger 4.
Come on in, guys.
Copy.
Group hug, group hug. I'm over here thinking, like, I can't be going that much faster than them. Maybe they're being fuel efficient too and they're just lagging behind. And they're thinking it wouldn't be fuel efficient to follow me around like that. I think once that says 50, I'm gonna descend to, because I couldn't get the ship to actually start up and like maintain like 15,000, 20,000. I couldn't, for some reason, I couldn't get it to set up here where I think it would actually be, and it's down there like 5,000 feet. Which is fine, really. It's just because I'm not like in the middle of a dogfight, but it's just kind of like, come on now. I'm not made of fuel. Another climb after that is probably pretty detrimental to whatever I got going on. See if I can do some, see if I can refuel for the first time on here. I've been doing a lot of flying on a Microsoft Flight Simulator whenever I actually did pick it up, right? And I was in the F-15, and basically all I do on there is go into an area where there are other players, pick a destination where more players will be, and fly from here to there, and just join up on people and fly their wing, you know, and just follow them where they're gone for a little bit. And then once they get probably like a good 5-10 miles off course, I'm like, okay, let's correct and let's head back on our way and have a little fun that way. Oh, so sexy. So sexy. The landing went well for the first time, as he put it, and as I think is appropriate. I was a little high on I was a little high on approach, but the flare was good. Touchdown was smooth, a lot smoother than I expected, and I'm surprised I wasn't more scared to see the ground, you know, to land. I'm surprised I wasn't more scared. Maybe just not that I wasn't scared at all. You're an idiot if you don't imagine the worst case scenario ever. But I was very surprised, and we taxied off the runway, and when it came time to park, he took control of the airplane again, and just because it was a tight spot. But it was really cool. A rocking experience, really sobering, very humbling, and very exciting. But I wore the military face the whole time. I wore the scowl and the monotone tone that I'm even wearing a little bit while I fly, just because it seems like that's how I concentrate. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at it just clear up. Now I can really appreciate these graphics. Now I can actually see. Nice. We're all here. So I guess they caught up with us on the turn. 51. Let's begin our descent. Wow. Yeah, there's some new muscle memory I'll have to pick up. I gotta reinstall Microsoft Flight Simulator at some point. Probably, I really want to do it after they release the Top Gun thing. Because honestly, I think if I'm flying once a week, I won't need to be in the simulator flying a prop plane every time. You know, like, it'll help to be in that mindset and really be looking at it over and over, like what I'm working with, if they even have that model of the 172 on there with all the electronic displays and all that. It'd help to be familiar that way, but it's gonna end up being that I'm going at least 2 times a week, because I don't know how often this guy trains people for more than an hour. He only trained me for an hour, and we spent more time going over checklists and doing the ground stuff before we ever got up there. So it's a possibility, but there's a bigger possibility that I'll end up. Hold on. GPS. We are passing. Okay. Socialer and Godal to look around. Yeah, those Sukhois, they're gonna loop around. It was like if I ever saw them on my way out to do the refuel or anything like that, then I would come around and engage. But they're probably gonna loop around. Yeah, I'm just gonna lock him up to find him. And if I don't find him, I'll just land. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. I think I wish I was saying that I wished this game was more like Microsoft Flight Simulator, in that it was just one big map and you could just go wherever you wanted and not just stuck to purchasing map packs and aircraft. The only thing you had to worry about purchasing was your aircraft. You know what? This'll do. Yeah, I don't want to get too low. Yeah, we're supposed to see him here pretty soon. Here, I'm not seeing my cursor like usual. My cursor, it's armed. Just go ahead and put myself in air to air. I'm gonna put myself on safe though, so I don't accidentally shoot the guy. Five bar. You see okay. 10 miles. But yeah, that's the first thing I noticed about my landing was that I was doing a lot of back stick, even though it's not a stick, right? I was using a lot of it to keep the appropriate speed and the appropriate amount to lose speed, I guess, on the flare. I was doing a lot, and he didn't tell me, because this was probably day one, but I should have been using the trim. So I went and, like, everything he critiqued me on, I immediately like went out looking. It was just like, what should I have done to correct that? Boats? Okay. This is Gibraltar. Those are boats, right? I didn't say there should be anyone with him. They look like boats. They're really big, whatever they are. Oh my goodness. But just being able to see, like, I wouldn't even be able to tell what that is, like, on my HTC Vive. I really wouldn't. I'd be like, oh, blurs. I love blurs. No, those look boat shaped. Alright, here we are in our turn. Get that nose down. 3. Sorry. No, like, can I change that to the essay page? Huh. But yeah, I wanted to get I'm gonna end up just probably keeping this on, and I'm gonna end up probably doing like a 1 hour day and a 2 hour day out there at the airport, or I'm gonna end up seeing if he'll do a 1.5, or even like just probably a 1 hour day and a 2 hour day. Honestly, just be like, yo, Wednesday and Thursday are my off days. I can fly for both. I just need to know what your schedule's like, and and make it happen. You know, any days that I get off, honestly, because I don't always have Wednesday, Thursday. But just being like, hey, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get this recommended flight time, because I do want this to happen pretty quickly, and I think I can support 3 flight hours a week. Okay, that was like the first blink out I've had since getting that, and it took forever for that to happen. So I'm not even a little discouraged. Let's scale out. $160. Oh, I think this is the flight out to the boat. We missed our window for the ship. I don't want to do that though. So let's make a left hand. Let's make a Let's make a right hand turn. Since pilots can't turn right. Now let's go ahead and okay. Head back toward the airfields we saw earlier. I was gonna say, none of y'all motherfuckers should be out in front of me. Oh wait, hold up. Is he there but not there? Is he in the clouds? What is his signature? Is that the... Yeah, what is his signature? .1. There's nothing on the attack radar. Shows .1, which isn't that usually... Like, I'm thinking, like, do they see him? Get to 7,000. Or is he really... That's really weird. I want to know what that is. Because I'm wondering if that C was supposed to be the C-130 I had out here. Sexy. Get myself out and attitude. Wings level. Oh wow, it's like a little oil platform boat. Yeah, I don't remember that being in the game. That's cool. It's probably a prop out there. Yeah, like let's put some props on the map for these YouTube creators since they like to make so much content. GPS. Soji. Okay. Let's go to Koboleti. Koboleti. 67 X-ray. That's enough. X-ray. Look around. Alright, here we go. Clear. X-ray is already selected. Turn on. Sequence. Oh my god, what the actual fuck? How the hell did I forget to do what is that? Literally right there in our path. Is that the ship? What's fuel look like? $6,000. We're still decent at fuel. I swear there was a button down here for TACAN. Maybe it wasn't the SA page. HSI, there we go, that's what I'm looking for. Okay. Oh, I can, huh? Get the HSI right there. Now let's go ahead and get the, let's keep the radar up. I'm wondering why I can't see him. Gain. Day, symbology. Oh, that's really cool, actually. Holy shit. Oh, wow. That's attack. One of my waypoints was Koboleti. Okay, so by now, You're either about to pass this guy, or he's hanging out down there. Yeah, he is. Let's see if I can try and take fuel from him real quick. We're coming up on him fast. Okay. His direction of travel should be out there to my right. I see his strobe. That's usually on the tail, right? Just gonna circle him. That should be his direction of travel. What's it saying? Home fuel. Oof. Understood. Because he's probably not going to be going much faster than 300. Okay, make sure we're still on safe. Oh, nice. They put it as friend. They really didn't need to, but it's still a good aid.
Altitude. Altitude.
I know. He's at 3,000 feet? I thought he was supposed to be at like 5,000. So that's probably why he's like 4,500. He probably didn't even have the fuel or something. I don't know. For some reason, they just don't. Yeah. Tanker. 6.
Texaco 1-1. Infield 1-1. Request rejoin. Infield 1-1. Texaco 1-1. Proceed to pre-contact at 4,000 at 270.
Let's get the probe up. Oh, fuck. Where's the probe? Yeah, don't emergency extend it. I don't know if that'll fuck anything up. Which that should be probably additional drag. I'm thinking. Here. I wonder if they use the autopilot any, because I'm considering it. 2.2? We're really close. $60. So lower that. 70. He's slowing down for us. I can't be gaining knots like that. Within a mile. I think that's
Ready
good.
pre-contact. Return pre-contact.
was that for? This must be like his wing vortices, his wing vortexes that I'm in right now, because it is just like, whoa, it's hard to control this shit right now. Those usually like descend though, they're not usually like right behind him. 30 VC, 20. Holy shit. 10, 270, 270. Oh, golly, why is it? Okay, the plane naturally wants to yaw to the left. Yeah, I'm in his like little wing bullcrap that makes it tough as hell to actually control a plane in. Yeah, it's just knocking me off course. Holy shit. Like, holy shit, look at this. It's fucking me up. $30. Let's lower that. 20. 10. You gonna extend your probe? Why are you slowing down? -0.
Ready, pre-contact. Return pre-contact.
Turn made me faster for some reason.
Ready, pre-contact. Cleared contact.
Alright. Okay. Oh, it's too much of a major correction. 10 VC, that's too much. Very small adjustments. Too high, too high. Okay, it's really tough to get just about as sensitive as I want. Just barely.
Break away, break away, break away.
Oh.
Contact. Return pre-contact. Contact. Return pre-contact.
How's my fuel looking? So maybe try to use rudder. 10 VC's too much. Yeah, 10 VC is too much. 0. Bottom side of the power curve. Okay.
Flight. Open formation. Contact. Break away, break away, break away. You're taking fuel. Contact. Break away, break away, break away. You're taking fuel.
That's so sensitive. Ooh. So -10. Let's get settled. I'll get one more shot and I'm turning around. Hold on, hold on. Ooh, I gotta get back in the groove now that I looked like that. One more try. This is so weird. Okay. Just gotta get back to... It was very subtle. It's like I'm using the HUD to fly it over using the probe as a guide. Okay, it's 10, so I need to lower it.
Break away, break away, break away.
God dang. I'm trying to resist the urge to make these like big corrections. This is the right rudder. Okay. Side slip is a little bit much.
Break away, break away, break away.
Like I'm playing with like a few millimeters of movement here on the throttle. Right? That's the most deviation I can have on the HUD. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Playing with millimeters here. Slow down, micro movements. Micro movements. Oh,
Break
too
away,
much,
break
too
away,
much.
break away. Contact. Return pre-contact.
That's alright.
Abort rejoin.
Thanks, buddy.
Bingo fuel. 4 RTB.
Mm-hmm. And you use afterburner.
3 RTB. 3 RTB. 3 RTB. 3 RTB. 3 RTB. 3 RTB. 3 RTB.
Okay, what is making you say that over and over? So I can kill it.
3 RTB. 3 RTB. 3 RTB. 3 RTB. 3 RTB. 3 RTB. 3 RTB.
Yeah, I see you, bro.
RTB. 3 RTB. 3 RTB.
miles, this motherfucker. Frame 3.
3, join up.
Like, I'll make you say something different. Yeah, like, we're literally headed back right now. Let's see if they can hear me all the way out here. Should be 8, 10.
Cavalletti, in field 1-1. Request navigation assistance.
Cortana, how copy?
Field 1-1. Cavalletti, ADS, you're heading 123.
Cortana, how copy? 1, 2, 3. I swear if that's one of them. That's probably 3 right there. Make sure you have a natural left-leaning tendency. Hold on. This is what I don't understand. With all that fuel, I was the only one actually carrying a full load. How are they burning out their fuel? How are they burning their fuel like that? Well, I guess I saw him make that turn and he did go full afterburner. Maybe they've just been blowing afterburner the whole time. Cause that'd probably do it. $20 No. No, that wouldn't be right. Yeah, 144. That's Cobaletti. Go ahead and take a look at my computer screen, make sure it's not doing anything weird. It isn't, which I'm surprised about. Get it on.
I'm up.
Oh. Stopped listening for a little bit, did you? It's like sightseeing at this point. Usually when my system is having trouble recording, it'll start glitching me out hardcore and I'll get crazy insane stutters, but maybe that's just the Vive. Maybe the Cosmos does that. It's not the Elite or anything, it's just a regular Cosmos, because I swear, like after like 40 minutes, it'd just be ridiculous. Popping in and out of the virtual environment, in and just crazy. Hold on. GPS. Where'd they land? Oh, we're passing one. Oh, Sochi. Okay. Look around. We can land at Sochi. Since they're down there. Oh. Hold on. Let's check around. Oof. Usually around 3,000 is where I like to be at the very least. ATC.
Sushi, in field, 1-1, inbound. Enfield 1-1, Sochi, fly heading 263, Fort 9, QFE 29.82, runway 06, to pattern altitude.
06. Okay.
Enfield 1-1, cleared for visual, contact tower. Sushi, in field, 1-1, request landing.
That nose just keeps wanting to pitch out. Getting a little bit of stutter.
Sushi, in field, 1-1, request landing.
No. Before they get down, because I need to burn off that speed. Got a little bit too fast in the descent. Fine. Yep. around 180. The final. God, shut up. This isn't the right runway. Fucking RTB. Fuck that. That's too risky. Yeah. Let me 11 flight. How do I rejoin formation, hold position, engage, go pencil? How in the hell do I? 5? Eight. I mean, is 2 the only real one around here? ATC. Yeah, my bad. Yeah. ATC. This is not good. Gonna straight in. I misjudged that. Perfect. Yeah, I misjudged that runway. I thought the one I was going over was a different azimuth. Reminding me that my day's slowly coming to a close. That's about right. We're a little fast. We're a lot of fast, actually. 350. By the time I come back around. attention to that. 260, 258, 255. I'm a little high. What are you guys doing? Why aren't you guys staying? Okay, just get geared down. Yeah, I'm a little bit off to the right. Just trim out that back stick some. Bobbling up and down for some reason. Where's it at? Thought so. Okay. Getting a little flat. Guess not much is required at the moment. Just declutter my vision a little bit. Okay, so we're way right. Okay, let's descend.
Airfield 1-1, Sochi, check landing gear. Wind 180 at 5 meters per second. Runway
Gear down.
06.
Just a little bit of slide slip. Yeah, there we go. Little final trim adjustment. Beautiful. I'm sorry? What happened? I'm honestly curious. Well, my fuel probe is still out for some reason. Guess I forgot to put that back in. That's nice. Huh. Well, on fire anymore. Just go take a look at it, I guess. It's such a weird way to walk around. It shows you how sensitive my rudder pedals are. Not very. Yeah, like everything fucked up. The gear popped. One of the wings came off. Everything was beat to shit. Yeah, I'm about to take a look at that one sometime later and see how that happened. Dang. That was my sitrep slash test slash, I don't know, train wreck. I guess it happens every now and again. It was telling me to add power, but I was already like, like only like 10, 20 feet off the runway. I'm like, I need to be flaring. I'm like, I don't need to be completely just, or it's like, I don't need to be really adding power. And it was a fairly flat landing, so at the most, I probably would have bounced, which would have took off the radome. At the most, I would have bounced forward, but no, it took off my wing. It took off a stabilator. I'm like, popped my landing gear. I have to review that one. I'm just gonna say 2. Okay. Well, hope you enjoyed. I don't think I missed anything. It's another work day tomorrow. I'm gonna have to talk to that instructor sometime later and give him a good idea about how often I actually want to fly. And do they count that as a landing or a crash? I want to know. No pilots are dead. I landed. I ejected. Yeah, there's no pilot dead. 1, 2. 1, 2. Number 2 died? When did he die? 1, 1. Failure, 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 failure. They counted it as a landing, but holy shit. Yeah, I didn't die. No one died. Apparently 2 died, though. Pilot dead. He crashed? How did he crash? They all RTB'd. Okay. Yeah. That's been my sitrep. Deuces.